Hi, I'm Suzie Sugerman, and I'd like to share with you my personal testimonial of my dear friend and work associate, Marcus Jackson. I was a top model agent in New York City for many years. One of the models I had the privilege to represent for many years and is my dear friend is Cynthia Bailey. Cynthia, over the years, would bring me into Atlanta to teach at her school and also to be a judge at many of her model searches. That is where I got to meet Mr. Marcus Jackson, who is also a judge on all the searches. Marcus and I had an immediate connection and kinship because we had both been in the industry a long time. We both represented models and shared the same old school principles and values of the industry. Over the years, with me going to Atlanta and Marcus coming to New York, I got to see how he worked, and each time I grew more and more respect for him as a person and as a businessman. What I really love about Marcus, and I love a lot of things about Marcus, is his directness and honesty, because I'm like that. The only difference is with his southern charm, whatever he says sounds a lot better than the way I say it. I have learned a lot from Marcus myself. He has such a positivity and light, and he can say something quietly and it means so much. One of the things I really love that he always says is what you put out in the world is what you get back. And he does that. If Marcus takes on a project, he puts in 150%. He is trustworthy and efficient, and if he says he's going to do something, he does it. I remember when I first met Marcus, I said to Cynthia, "You were really lucky to work with Marcus." I remember one time he came to New York and he brought some of his models that were meeting with the agencies in New York. And I met up with them, and he asked if I would say some words of encouragement, some words of advice. Well, when I start talking to young model hopefuls, I tend to go on and on. I love to pay my knowledge forward, and Marcus just smiled and let me go. With all that said, I would hire Marcus for anything because he can do anything. And I, for one, am so blessed to get to work with Marcus and call him my dear friend.